Alright, 2007 Honda Fit. Customer states, I think his gas tank is leaking. Well, it's more than his gas tank is leaking. There's oil leaking here, oil leaking there. This is... And then I can smell fuel. You can see it kind of trickling it back down to here. But it's not like dripping. But you can smell fuel. You just gotta take the cover off. So, it's a full tank.
Oh my god!
It's a full tank. I can see fuel residue underneath, but no major leaks. Fuel tank is full. And from where I see fuel kind of, I guess where the residue is coming from, it's either somewhere from up here and coming down, because you can definitely smell fuel. Because it's got a full tank. Wonder if he overfilled it. And then it's got a check engine light. And then for some reason I can't step on the gas pedal down all the way. And that's because the floor mat's obstructing the gas pedal. I guess that's eco mode. Can't push the gas pedal down all the way, so you got eco mode there. So I'm just gonna remove the center part, get to the fuel pump and see if it's because it's leaking from the top of the tank. Because it's a full tank and I don't see anything dripping out of it. I see residue, but that's about it. So let me just remove all this stuff out of the way to get to the top of the fuel tank. I just gotta remove stuff from the center console. There's two. There's a screw on this side and there's a screw on this side, and then I gotta remove this cover. That broke. Really? No way I fucking broke that. It's like 30 on both sides. Oh, there, look, there's another piece of it. Someone's definitely gonna be in here already. Oh, I think somebody fucking just did this. Like that. Then when I pulled it up, anyways, what the heck is that? Bunch of screws. So that it's got some air bangers, cartridge, explosive, danger. I'll throw that over there. I don't know why he's got a gorilla in here. Put everything on the passenger seat. On the floor. I get myself a Phillips screw for back here. And I don't think the shifter has to come out. So there's a clip here. You just push in the middle. Pop this clip out. Where did the inside go? Oh, it's in there. Yeah, push clip. And now the other side. Yep. I'm good. Just a black with 2 sugar. 2 sugar. Yeah. Yeah. He won't take no for an answer. Yeah. 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 I'll take your coffee. Oh, where's the... So took the screws out from the sides, so it's already loose. everything's kind of, you know, falling apart here. Even that door and outer door thing. Put this into second gear. I'm gonna get it past the maybe drive so you can see. So let me pull this out. I want to see what we're looking at underneath there, because the fuel pump is just right there. Here's the fuel pump cover, bunch of Phillips. Make sure I just loosen these guys. See if it's leaking from the top of the fuel pump. That's where I think it's leaking from. Make sure I don't lose these screws. Put it on the carpet there. Guess disconnect this brake switch or e-brake switch. Let's see what we find under here. What the hell? Why are we stuck? There you go. Oh, what we got? Disconnect this guy. Oh, the fuel pump is not even put in. What the hell? I just lifted the fuel pump trying to disconnect the connector. See? Did someone not put the nut on? Yeah, there's not even... Who does that? Someone definitely had tried to change this. Hey, Ned, check this out. This guy complaining of fuel tank leak. Better put a fuel pump in this thing. Didn't even put...
What the fuck? It popped up?
No, it didn't. Like, the threads are there.
Yeah.
I think whoever just fucking put the pump in didn't even actually put it in. Like,
What the fuck?
what the hell? Well, anyways, there's your fuel leak. So I swear someone's done something to this, or did work on it or something. I don't know. There's no way does that nut just back off by itself. Anyways, I guess I'll take it all apart and make sure the O-ring is there, and then I'm gonna run the nut down and do an EVAP leak test. Yeah, look,
Jesus fuck. Just sitting like that?
it's just sitting like that. Oh, and then also when I pulled the cover off, this thing broke. I don't know if I broke it or it was already broken before, but
Whatever. It's hard to say.
yeah, it doesn't look like there's like a clean seam that I broke it. You know how they turn white, but
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know in case they say anything.
No.
Yeah.
Or is the threads gone on the tank?
I don't know. I can
find out,
feel
eh?
it. I can feel the threads. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the whole thing out and see if there's thread on the nut.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looks like a pretty.
It's pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's got a story, right?
Yeah, like maybe you just bought it for cheap or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like everything's missing.
Yeah. He's
You
got.
know what?
You know?
Is it a rebuild?
I don't know.
It's a rebuild.
He has a full tank of gas in there too. Let me take a look. Let me take a look.
Russian space station?
Russian space station. Passenger. No, normal status. Wow. Must have been those body shops in a certain...
Or you know, there's some backstory, right?
Yeah, I don't know. All right. I'm going to take the fuel pump out. Okay, so you know what? This guy just bought the car 3 days ago. I'm going to see if I can show you without... I don't think there's anything on this. So June 8, 2025. We're June 11, so it's only been 3 days since he bought. I guess he renewed that insurance or just bought the car. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm trying to get this thing off, but I can't get the connector off. Okay, so I did get the lines off. So just making sure that it has everything in here. It does have the washer. This washer is just to help the nut spin. Then I gotta make sure the gasket that's around this thing is okay and not like torn or something, or I'm gonna get an, even if I put it in, it's gonna get an EVAP leak or something like that, or I'm gonna have to do all this all over again. So hopefully there's nothing wrong with the gasket, and this one just wraps around the fuel pump. Like, see, you see that nick there? Maybe that's not a nick, I don't know. But I'm just gonna look around it, see if it's not like broken or something before I stick it back in, right? There's definitely somebody has replaced this fuel pump. With 200 something thousand kilometers, and it looks pretty clean. Yeah. Anyways, so I think the gasket isn't too bad. Nothing's torn or anything on it. So I'll just put everything back with the nut and tighten it down, and then we'll do an EVAP leak test. So if you get the correct tool, which is this guy here, I think that should be the part number. The fingers go into the slots on all four corners of the nut, and then you can tighten it. That way, you don't just leave it flopping around in there. So you can, yeah, see, you just trying to do this with one hand, but you can tighten the nut with this tool if you have the correct tool, because it's recessed in there and you can't really reach it. And I guess the guy, whoever replaced the fuel pump, gave up on trying to tighten it. You gotta kind of remaneuver it and then make sure the fuel pump is in the correct position. All right, so now that I ran the nut down with the tool, you just gotta keep lifting it up, putting it in a position, do it slow, like a little bit at a time. It's gonna take a little bit. Now that it's run down, this fuel pump, that nut has a torque spec, and that torque spec is 69 foot-pounds, giggity. Let me get this onto the thing here. Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, it's moving. Might have to readjust it again, because it keeps doing. Okay, hold on. Let me So 69. I'll just hold it with my elbow. 69 foot-pounds. There we go. So that's tight. Put everything back together in reverse order. Do an EVAP leak test, but it has a check engine light and I can feel it misfiring, so I might not be able to do it. All right, so I put everything back together, like, you know, where usually stuff are, his Gorilla back in his spot. But other than that, usually if I break something, it doesn't matter. I just let the either my shop foreman know or my manager know. That way they can deal with it, because, you know, there's no sense in hiding something that you break. At least let them know so they can fix it, right? If it comes to that. But I'm pretty sure that thing was broken before, because when I pulled it, this thing came off first, and then I thought I was gonna break it, so I grabbed both of them. But I don't know. Maybe I broke it, but I don't know. I just told him that it's broken. But a lot like everything else that's in here that's broken. But you should see the outside of this car. There's like missing panels and stuff, and then the bottom. I think you saw the fender liner is all sticking down. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because you can get these cars for pretty cheap, right? In whatever condition. But yeah. Anyways, so it's running. I'm gonna get the scanner. I'm gonna get the scanner and then see what the code is. Do an EVAP leak test. Let's go to systems. I don't need to scan everything. I still got to do an MPI inspection too. 3 fault codes. Got EVAP, EVAP, system low purge flow, system EVAP leak. That's all EVAP codes. So we're gonna clear all that. Clear fault codes. You sure you want to clear? Please ensure your system set park. Stop the engine. Press OK. Clear fault memory code, done. Read codes again, no codes, exit. Go special functions. Where's my EVAP? Actuation test. EVAP test. Function test. Shift to park, stop the engine, yep. Sure, the gear shift is neutral, set to park. Oh, parking brake? Don't really need a parking brake, but tells you to do it. Check the fuel level gauge, indicates between full and empty. It's at the top. Press OK. Remove fuel cap. Let's go ahead and do that. By the way, it has an aftermarket fuel cap. Okay, removed. Just gotta wait 30 seconds. Reinstall the fuel cap. Alright, so please start the engine. Start it up. So I'll just bring you guys back. All I just want to see at the end of this is, you know, EVAP system normal, and that should be it. So I'll bring you guys back when that happens. Oh, now it's stuck. Now it's really building pressure. The hell? That's weird. That is really weird. Why is it building pressure up right now? There is something wrong here. So I got the gas cap in my hand, but the pressure...
The gas is like right there.
Oh shit. Is it actually pushing in?
Okay, I think the fucking EVAP canister and everything, it's got to be saturated. Look how much...
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Are you
No, it's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get... That's weird. It's probably full of fuel.
Can you hear it though? Like,
Yeah, you can hear it. But then at the same time, it's...
You know what it's doing right now? It's because it's pulling it on the, the sides.
Fuel dropping back down? No, it's right up to the rim.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa.
Wow, that's weird. So I think because I focused so much on putting the fuel pump back in, I didn't see how full the tank was. So that might be screwing me, because I think what happens is when the purge valve opens, there's a line that goes up to the filler neck, and it's putting vacuum on that side, and it's pulling the fuel from the fuel tank up. So what I'm doing right now is I'm running a fuel pump and see how much fuel is gonna come out of it before the fuel level on the dash starts dropping. And then I'm gonna redo that EVAP leak test, because I think I think that's what's happening. So bear with me here. I switched from the Kingbolen over to the Honda factory scanner, and that's because visually I can see everything. With the Kingbolen, it just shows the numbers and the I guess the PIDs, so it's not very visually appealing. But when I use the factory, it has the bar graphs and everything, and I can see everything. So that's why I switched back and forth between this one. Now that I have the factory scanner closed and everything, it takes a while to boot back up, so I just used the Kingbolen to run the fuel pump. Okay, so this is a 5-gallon jerry can, right? And we're getting close to the top, but the fuel gauge still says it's pegged full. So I think it's completely full inside. I should have really pulled out the fuel pump to look inside to see how full the tank was. Okay, I stopped the fuel pump. I'm gonna cycle the key. Oh, let's see. There you go. It's coming down. I can probably do the EVAP test and see if it's still doing the same thing. I'll cycle the key once again. Yeah, so it started to come down. So I can try the EVAP leak test. I'm going to use the factory scanner, a Honda scanner, because visually I like it better than the Kingbolen. Alright, so we're going to redo this test and see what we get. So I pulled out almost 5 gallons. In case you don't know, on these Honda Fits, when your fuel light comes on, and then from the fuel light to when you fill it up to when it clicks, you can, I think it's about 34 liters. 34 liters, and I got almost 20 liters out before it started to come down. So imagine how much is that overfilled that's causing this. So I'm just gonna let this thing run, and then we'll see what the EVAP test results will be. And I gotta tell the customer to bring a jerry can because the one I'm using doesn't have a cap. So if he wants that fuel, if he wants to take that fuel, then you know he's gonna need to bring a jerry can, something that'll fit almost 20 liters. Yeah. So it's looking pretty good already. Vent valve is closed, and then the pressure's starting to go up. Let me just zoom in closer here. Any of you are watching this, don't overfill your fuel tank. I know this customer probably didn't know. He probably went to fill it up for the first time, and he kept filling it, and it kept overflowing from the top of the fuel pump. So there, see, the vent valve closed or open, and then because fuel vapors create a pressure in the tank, regardless if it's sealed, the pressure will keep going up. I'm just seeing what happens when the purge valve opens. So yeah, now it puts a vacuum on the tank. You saw the fuel tank pressure sensor voltage go down, and then yeah, here we go. Now I should start pulling a vacuum onto the tank, and then it's gonna seal it, turn off the purge valve, and then it'll slowly decay. Yeah, there you go. So it should hold there. It'll slowly increase, but there's a I guess a time frame of how fast it should return back to indicate if there's a small leak, big leak, or you know, something like that. I feel like this voltage is changing very quickly. Let me guess, it's going to be a small leak. Small leak, I told you. I don't know, unless they want to look for a small leak, but when I open and close this cap, it doesn't feel right. And then when I look at it, I don't know if you can see that gasket right there. Right there. That's supposed to be attached. How well can you see that? So it's broken right there. So maybe it needs a fuel cap. Maybe I could find another fuel cap from somewhere that might fit. Okay, so I stole a gas cap. It was already broken on that customer, a different customer's car. So I'm gonna put this in because this one's junk, probably. Well, it is because the gasket's broken. It should work because that's a Honda OEM one. I'm gonna redo the EVAP leak test. So car should be off, key on. So redo. Oh, I gotta pull the gas cap. Pull that out. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using another customer's gas cap to make sure that small leak isn't just because of that broken seal on the aftermarket gas cap. So let me get this, and I'll bring you back when everything's done, and I'll show you the end result. If it still leaks, it still leaks. We gotta find that small leak with the smoker. Yeah, this one feels so much better when you close it. All right. Well, see you guys in like 10 minutes. It should be good. It takes so long.
Hey,
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just as normal. So we just need a fuel cap.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go, buddy.
Yeah. There. Aftermarket fuel cap. OEM fuel cap from another customer's vehicle. So I gotta bring that back to the customer's car on the other side there. Anyways, that's about it. I think all of that just because of somebody who didn't install the fuel pump properly. Man, I don't know what people are thinking nowadays. Just leave everything. Like they would have to take apart this whole center console and then change the fuel pump and put it all back together and have forgotten to put the fuel pump back in properly. But all that just from somebody didn't install the fuel pump properly. Okay, so I got to put everything back, but I just want to explain to you what we were seeing on the EVAP test. Why we're seeing over 3 volts of pressure on the fuel tank pressure instead of vacuum when the purge valve opens. So what is happening is, I just want to show you how this fuel tank is designed. Here's the tank. It's flat, right? Here's the filler neck. It's literally the the filler neck is at the bottom of the tank. There's a space above the tank that shouldn't be filled. It should stop at a certain point. But at the same time, because it's so overfilled, it's filled up the filler neck up to here. And then what happens is when you purge, there's this EVAP line that goes to the top and it's creating a vacuum above the filler neck. And it's drawing fuel into your charcoal canister. And that fuel is hitting that fuel tank pressure sensor, causing I guess a pressure. It's seeing like a high pressure, like, I don't know how to explain it, but how do you get pressure in the tank that high, right? There's no way, because when you're purging, it creates a vacuum in the tank. So this should be under vacuum, but it's increasing in pressure because raw fuel is getting into this line and hitting that fuel tank pressure sensor, like just raw fuel. It's like, imagine if you're physically pushing on the pressure sensor in that little tiny hole. There is a vent for the pressure sensor right here. So there's supposed to be a vent to allow that diaphragm inside to move back and forth because of pressure. But that's the best I can explain it. It's just drawing fuel through this line here at the top of the filler neck, causing it to pull all that fuel from an overfilled tank up to the filler neck. But yeah, anyways, that's the best I can explain it in my mind, anyways. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thank you guys for watching. And if you check it down in the description below, you'll see an Amazon affiliate link. If you purchase something from it, I get a cut. And I thank you guys for that. And yeah, and I'll see you in the next video.